In 1978, a 16-year-old star athlete was cut from his high school's varsity team. Discouraged but determined, he worked his butt off that year to take his JV team to new heights and make varsity next year. He would go on to play college ball and eventually redefine the entire... It was Michael Jordan.
Boom shakalaka!
Now, you knew I was going to say Michael Jordan before I got to the end of that story. Why? Because you've heard this story before. The Michael Jordan failure story is the go-to story for anybody who wants to talk about the value of persistence. But there are two major issues with that story. First of all, there's a crucial detail that's always left out. MJ was cut not because he wasn't good enough, but because he was too short. So he did go work really, really hard, and he did take his JV team to new heights. But that summer, he grew 4 inches. And the second reason I don't like that story is because it's unrelatable. Yikes, I'm running late. I gotta be out of here in 5 minutes.
So the MJ story simply isn't relatable. You are not his airness. I'm not Steve Jobs. These people that we always hear about, these inspirational stories, they're once in a generation talents. They're geniuses. So of course you hear about Michael Jordan, you hear about Steve Jobs, you hear about Elon Musk. But you know who you don't hear about? You don't hear about the young elementary school teacher who, in spite of insurmountable student loans, finds ways to budget and save and eventually climb through the ranks of her industry to become the superintendent. You know who you definitely don't hear about? You don't hear about the kid who dreams of being a magician, who by the age of 30 has traveled the world sharing his magic and his message with amazing people of all walks of life. You see, we need to hear those stories about the school teacher, about the magician, about the mechanic who live happy, comfortable lives supporting their families, doing something that they love, something that they're passionate about. We don't hear those stories as often, the relatable stories, the people that are just like you and me, living amazing but attainable dreams.
So I do want to talk about the power of persistence today, but hopefully in a relatable way.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Hey, pleased to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too, you too. She'll see the moment in a second when you take the cap off and mix her on the like this month, I only have 3 live engagements.
This is Brian.
So the diner closed an hour ago, and we didn't realize they had been closed. They were like cleaning up. You were starting to smell like cleaning supplies, and we were like, what's going on? We smelled bleach. Are you guys closed? They're like, yeah, we closed at 2. So I will introduce you to James and why I'm meeting up with him, and we're gonna continue the theme of today's vlog in a minute. Okay. Here, say a thing and then all right, so we made it to the mall. I know you've seen James. How do you prefer Lucky Braxton? What do you prefer?
I never introduced myself as Lucky.
You never introduce yourself as Lucky? Well, that's your channel name. So okay, so I'm gonna introduce you. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
I go by Lucky Braxton. A lot of my friends call me Lucky, but I introduce myself as James. But for YouTube purposes, I will introduce myself as, hey, what's happening? It's Lucky Braxton. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. And actually, I'm gonna kind of slide over here. So, James, this video that I'm doing right now is all about persistence, as you know, because you're in the middle of watching it. The reason I wanted to talk about persistence with James here today is because he reached out to me for the first time, probably back in somewhere in the early to middle of the fall. Sent me, I don't know, an Instagram message first, something like that. It probably took me a while to respond because I never check Instagram messages. I didn't even know you could get Instagram messages.
I sent the same message because I went to your webpage.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got 3 different identical messages.
It was the same message. It was the same message on your business contact, your Twitter, and Instagram.
That's right.
And it was all the same exact
Right.
I just copied and pasted.
It was a copy paste. I got a DM on Instagram, a DM on Twitter, and an email to my work account. And I was like, who the hell? No. And so we started talking about doing a meetup. It's now February, and it's the first time I've had a single day available that we were able to sync up schedules. So persistence, and the reason I talk about persistence here is because you did shoot me a message a couple of times over the last few months, and I know that you were concerned with being annoying, but you weren't.
Right, because I don't like to be bothered. I get hit up on Facebook a lot, which is why I collapsed my Facebook. And so I don't like to be bothered, and especially like if I agree to it and then you get hit 100 times, are you still gonna make it? Are you still gonna make it? Are you still gonna make it? So I didn't want to be that way when I contacted you, because I didn't want it to be, I know as a business person, I know you got a lot on your plate.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like managing the YouTube channel, managing business, and being married. So,
and hi,
so
sweetie.
I already knew trying to hit you at times where I think that your workday is over based on your channel.
No, you know, and the truth is that persistence is key in business. If I'm trying to get like a booking with a client, and you know they say they're interested, and then I don't hear from them for a little bit, in 2 weeks I have to send them another email. I put it in my calendar. Hey, remember to send another email in 2 weeks if you haven't heard from them. And you do have to do that, because people, especially like I'm trying to get bookings from people who are like the CEOs of companies, and they're busy people. It's not that they don't want to work with you, it's just that you're something that they haven't even considered doing yet is never going to be their priority. It doesn't bother me when someone reaches out a few times, and actually appreciate that you did, because that's why we were able to do this, and we're having such. In just a little bit, we're going to talk the second topic about persistence today, which is going to be with this guy who's putting his phone away so he doesn't look awkward. Look who's here! That wrong vlog. that was the transition from his vlog. Not only are we in the car and it's dark now, we didn't get kicked out of the mall.
We got kicked out of the mall.
We did not get kicked out of the mall. Nobody told us to leave, and we've been in the mall for the last 2 hours, but we were very politely informed that.
Can we say we were in a mall?
Well, of course we were in a mall. They know we were in a mall.
Can we say that though?
We're in Massachusetts. And yeah, I think it's fine.
We were in a shopping center.
Very politely instructed us that we were not allowed to film, and asked us to stop filming. Nobody asked us to leave the mall, nor did we, but it's been a couple hours now because we've just been hanging out.
We tried to film outside.
We did.
They followed us outside.
They didn't follow. Okay, actually, so we did. We packed everything up. We walked outside. We left the mall, and we set up to film facing away from the mall, like facing nothingness, like the highway in the background, and somebody came out, totally different person, totally unrelated to the original person, came out from inside in freezing weather with no jacket.
She was just the manager of a store and was like,
just...
Okay, so essentially over winter break, I covered for Brian at a restaurant, and I didn't have to handle any of the business because everything was all set up. They had been used to a magician being there before, and it was a weekly commitment. So fast forward, I'm back in college, and I'm an hour away from that restaurant, so I can't really work there anymore. I'm not gonna drive back an hour. I had to call up this restaurant closer to where I am. And I called them a few times, and I kept getting, you know, a manager or some associate. I never really got anywhere with them, so I eventually got the general manager on the phone. Let him off the phone without having a meeting date, and that's the biggest mistake you can make, is letting somebody off the phone without having a date. I had to call them one more time, just one more time, talk to the general manager, and I didn't let him off the phone without having a meeting date. And I have the meeting on Thursday, which you'll be hearing about from Brian after I go through the meeting. But
yes, so we will definitely, by the time you guys see this video, the meeting will already be over, so I'll know how it went. Nevin will let me know how it went. If you're interested, Nevin finally started his own YouTube channel, which we've been waiting for, so you can follow it here or at the link in the description. Your channel's gonna be different in tone. Mine is really, as you guys know, about kind of the behind the scenes, the lifestyle of being like a traveling entertainer, magician, motivational speaker. I don't do a lot of magic on my channel because that's not what my channel is about, but you're gonna be doing more magic.
I think I'm gonna be doing more magic, and we're gonna be following my career throughout, but it's mostly gonna be theatrical stuff and just kind of like fun, entertaining videos to watch, as opposed to like, you know, more informational. To
distinguish yourself from mine, you're going to do fun, entertaining videos.
Yeah,
And that's how you're gonna separate yourself from me, who does not do fun.
You do boring infomercials, okay? You advertise for overexposed. I've been exposed.
Magician, exposed. When I have to edit you out of the vlog completely. When I get home, I will tell you guys my recent story of persistence. I'll see you then.
It's tomorrow. It's Valentine's Day. Yay. This vlog, I'm just finishing editing it like literally, I'm finishing editing it right now. It's running way too long for me to tell one more story. So I did tell the story about persistence paying off. I told that in Nevin's vlog, which should be coming out in the next couple of days or this weekend. So I'm gonna finish this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like if you did, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, go check out Nevin's channel, which is in the description. Go check out Lucky Braxton's channel, which is in the description. And always remember that our world is a shared experience. Thanks very much. Have a great day.
In December, there was his first link. It's up here. It's right. No, not over there. It's over here.
It's over there?
It comes up over here. Yeah.
Okay.
It's always your left hand when you do the link. That's my face.